Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alright, we from group 6 will present our group discussion. First, let me introduce myself, Solina Agustia, and my friends, Anisha Rizky and Tiara Anggraini. Okay, first material, advocacy process and model. Background in public policy studies, advocacy process and models emerge from the need to bridge the gap between public interest and policymakers. Advocacy is not simply understood as a defense activity, but as a systematic process involving data collection, issue framing, and strategically influencing public decisions. Theoretically, advocacy evolved from participatory process in democracy that emphasizes the importance of involving non-state actors in the policy process. Advocacy models vary from evidence-based advocacy, network advocacy, to social movement-based advocacy. Essentially, advocacy serves as a tool to ensure that public policy is not merely elitist but also responsive to the needs of the broader community. Advocacy process and models are divided into analysis, strategy, mobilization, action, evaluation, and sustainability. Next, analysis. Analysis in advocacy is isn't essentially the brain of the entire advocacy process. Analysis goes beyond simply identifying and uncovers their structural roots. This means we look not only at what went wrong, but also at why it happened and who benefits or lost. In this context, analysis typically utilizes several key approaches, such as problem tree analysis, policy analysis, and power analysis. For example, in power analysis, we need to understand who the key actors are, the relationship between them, and the extent of their influence on the decision-making process. This is crucial because in reality, public policy is not always determined by rational logic, but also by political interest and the distribution of power. Advocacy analysis also uh, include a more in-depth stakeholder mapping. Stakeholders are not simply categories as pro or con, but are also viewed based on their level of interest and influence. Typically lead to classification such as key player, contextualizer, subject, and audience. Furthermore, the analysis must also consider external context such as the political situation, social and cultural conditions, and specific moment policy windows. For example, certain issues are more easily advocated need, near election or when trending in the media. Therefore, a robust advocacy analysis is multidimensional. It incorporates empirical data and understanding of power dynamic and a grasp of the overall socio-political context. Without this in-depth analysis, advocacy tends to be normative and lack the power they influence policy. Next, strategy. When it comes to advocacy strategy, the discussion is much more complex than simply how to convey the minds. Advocacy strategy is essentially the art of transforming analytical finding into concrete target action. A good strategy is always based on the question: who shall be influenced, in what ways, and through what channels. In practice, advocacy strategies are usually divided into several main approaches. Direct advocacy strategy, such as lobbying, negotiating, or hearing with policymakers will be effective if we have access to robust data. Indirect advocacy strategies, such as public campaigns, use of mass media, and social movement to build pressure from the bottom up. Collaborative strategy, namely building coalition with other organizations so that the advocacy voice becomes strong and does not work alone. Not all strategies are suitable for all situations. The effectiveness of a strategy depends heavily on the result of previous analysis. For example, if policy actors tend to keep information secret, a public pressure strategy through the media might be more effective than direct lobbying. Conversely, if access is open, a dialogue approach might be more efficient. Furthermore, modern advocacy strategies increasingly rely on digital media as a tool to mobilize public opinion and support. However, on the other hand, the digital-based strategies also have limitations, such as the risk of misinformation or simply going viral without any real policy impact. Advocacy strategies must also consider the issue framing aspect, namely how an issue is pitched to attract attention and be easily understood by the public and policymakers. Strong framing can transfer a technical issue into a pressing public issue. For example, a budget issue can be framed as a social justice issue. Furthermore, strategy must be flexible and adaptive as policy dynamic can change rapidly. This means that advocacy is not a linear process but a cycle that continuously adapts to file conditions.
Okay, thank you, all moderator. Here we will discuss about uh, number 3, mobilization. Mobility generally refers to a sociology or physical context that direct disagreement, movement, or chain of possession. F1C mobilization is a strategy process of generating, organizing, and mobilizing all records, including human roles, data, phone, and network, to create collective pressure that can enforce public policy. Main components of mobilization. A. The information of coalition and advocacy network is really success is done alone. Mobilization requires the influence of various organizations under one umbrella. Number one, test deletion. Shares rules based on the express of direction number. Number two, value agreement. Make sure all friends share the same vision to enforce any achievement along the way. B, data and information management. Mobilization is not only mass mobilization but also the mobilization of agreements. Data testing, processing result in concise, dramatic, and mobile information. Key message, the follow narrative that you can choose the human side as well as the legal logic of police maker. C, susceptibility, preparing the team to be ready to face challenge. Voice training, provide training lobbying techniques and legal product. Simulation, training collection members on how to respond to a question, a government, or media question. E. Mobilize public support mobilize.com community to take always of the issue is the public support its policymaker will feel this police pursuit. The fun stack of mobilization in a voice. Number one, ability voice transformation individual graphics into actual collection the map. Number three, reduction rise protection individual from discrimination through group protection. Number three, restore efficiency share the bar of cost and a formal natural number. The next material is about number 4, action. Action is the correct mission of the voice line. This sets a voice message or a play community to decision maker and the public to gain support or permanent policy change. A voice action is the employment or action stats of the share of various development start plan. Real mobilization focus in internal preparation action focus no external interaction with their audience to explore change, revolution, or enforcement of public policy. Next, key components in voice action. Number 3, communication. Using process data to create present agreement. Messages must be delivered without multi-challenge to rhyme to of mind on polymaker again. Number 2, invite target. Action must be directed directly out in various or institution with formal outreach as member di DPR atau DPRD, regional health or ministers. Number 3, generation public support. Again, mass media and social media create press on public option. Public support will weaken the opponent's bargaining position. Number 4, flexibility and negotiation. Even when action is perilous, its efforts system must remain flexible and ready to negotiate or compromise if offer isolation that's better aligned with the primary objective. Next, form of advocacy action in Indonesia. Number two, litigation parts. Defending formal legal counsel. Explains includes condition I judicial review of a law just to conflict with the 1105 Constitution in the Constitutional Court or challenge regulation based on the way in the Supreme Court. Number two, non-litigation part. One, politician lobbying, direct face-to-face meeting with office in virtual manner. Two, audience, formal present besok test institution to Sophie aspiration. Three, public campaign. There was of petition, press release, and creative action to attract public sympathy. Four, demonstration. I must greeting in a public space. I symbol of the power of the people. White is protected by law number that's all. Rector is moderator.
Okay, the next material.
Okay, thanks to the moderator, I will continue the material about evaluation. Evaluation is a systematic process to assess the success, effectiveness, and impact of advocacy activities, both in terms of process, result, and long-term impact. Advocacy evaluation is often intended as an activity to measure the extent to which advocacy goals have been achieved, whether in the form of policy change in budget allocation, or change in public discourse and community behavior. The main function is evaluation is one, assessing policy outcomes. Was the policy actually changed or adopted? Has the policy been batched and start to be implemented? Two, identification, strengths, and weakness. What factors contribute to success? Strong coalition, good political timing. What obstacles emerge? Bureaucracy, resistance, lack of media support, or change in the political elite. Three, be the basic of learning. Organization and coalition learn what work, what needs improvement, and how to adjust strategy in the future. Next. Evaluation objects is one, measure advocacy success objectively, not just based on narrative or opinion. Two, deliver strong arguments to governments, donors, the media, and the public about the contribution of advocacy to policy change. And last, serves as a basis for strategy assessment, mistake adjustment, and refines to campaigns tactics is follow-up advocacy change page. Next. And six, continuity. Advocacy is an ongoing process. Continuity, clarification, long-term goals, maintain coalition function, and adapts argument data as change occur. Scope on continuity, policy and budgets maintenance, ensuring policies remain in place and not pivot or weaken, and institutional and capacity strengthening technical service, bureaucracy, and government institutions so they can implement policies independently. Strengthening civil society organization, community, and local cards, strengthening network and coalition, regular contribution between organization, top forums, advocacy communities, or strategic partnerships. Clear division of role between institutions so that there is no overlap or boredom. Adapting strategies to change context, adapting message, target, and texting when political, economic, or social change occur. Okay, I return to the moderator.
Okay, conclusion, advocacy in public policy is a process and model born from the need to bridge the gap between public interest and policymakers. Advocacy in public policy is a systematic and strategic process that serves to bridge public interest with policymakers so that the result policies are more responsive and less elitist. Advocacy is not just about advocacy, but involves a structured stage starting from an in-depth analysis of issues, power, and strategy. Okay. Furthermore, evaluation is conducted to assess effectiveness, success, and provide learning materials, while sustainability ensures that advocacy results are maintained, development, and able to adapt to changing context. Thus, advocacy is a continuous cycle that integrates data, network power, and socio-political dynamic to encourage a more equitable and pro-community policy change. Okay, that's all presentation. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.